welcome you in my channel English with Shivie. I am Mrs. Shivie Podar, come here to bring the language portion which is continuing in the form of sentence transformation. This time we will learn about the assertive, about the kinds of sentences. The first sentence is assertive. There are seven kinds of sentences. First is assertive, second is interrogative, third is negative, fourth is exclamatory, fifth is simple sentence, sixth is compound, and seventh is complex. We have learned our previous video about the simple, compound and complex sentences. But now this time you will see about the assertive, interrogative and exclamatory sentences. What are the negatives? What are the declaratives? What are the statements? You will see, you will learn here. So first of all, I took assertive. What is assertive? Assertive is also called as declarative sentences. First of all, we have to know that this is not only called assertive. We may call it declarative also. What is the meaning of assertive? Assertive means assert. If we will take out the verb from assertive, then it will be assert. Assert means to say clearly. It also means declare. Declarative means declare. So the statement which is declared or which is said clearly in the form of the full sentence by the subject or the noun, there will be assertive kind. It gives information about fact, opinion and belief. All times the declarative or assertive or the statement shows and declares the belief, the fact, the confirmation, the actual events. It doesn't say any falsehood. It doesn't say any incomplete sense. This sentence asserts, states or declares is also called as declarative sentences. This type of sentences give the assertance, give the clear meaning, they give their opinion, they have the belief, they have the faith, they give the states and declares, they give the place, they give the state, condition, and they also declares something about the subject and the object, also called declarative sentences. See here the definition of assertive. The sentence which declares or asserts a statement, feeling, opinion, incident, event, history or anything is called an assertive sentence. Assertive sentence जो declare करता है, ये clear बताता है, means the sentences which declares and clearly tells about the belief, about the opinion, about the statement, about the thinking, about the feeling, and these type of sentences are called declarative sentences. See the example. He is a good leader. He plays with enthusiasm. Here are two sentences are written which is in the form of assertive. So it means that they are declarative or assertive forms, assertive kinds. I wrote here one more line. It ends with a period. Period means full stop. We may also call that. It ends with a period, with a full stop. Assertive sentences can be either affirmative or negative. It doesn't mean that only the simple sentences will be there. Affirmative will have also declarative thing or negative sense. This is stress. This is the next kind of sentence. This is interrogative sentences. An interrogative sentence is a statement that asks a question and is punctuated at the end with a question mark. It is simple to recognize the sentences that in the sentences the question will be asked and at last there will be the question mark. It will end with the punctuation mark of question mark. So it is too easy to recognize that this is interrogative kind. It contains a verb phrase that is followed by a subject. It is also having the verb phrase, the verb auxiliary or modal verb, which is followed by the subject. So at starting there will be the verb phrase, the verb modal auxiliaries, WH family's word or yes, and after this the subject will be there. An interrogative sentence is a sentence whose grammatical form shows that it is a question. Means if the sentence will be there and in the grammar portion we will see the grammatical system will be there to show us that this is the question and the question is asked by the subject. So the grammatical form, the grammatical portions, the auxiliary verbs will be there to show us the form of sentence. Types of questions. Here are two types of questions. First is yes/no questions and a question asking with modals or WH family. In interrogative questions, in interrogative sentences, we can write them in two forms. The first one is yes/no. Like, are you having the breakfast at morning? Then the reply will be there, yes, I have done, I have taken my breakfast. The second question will be there, are you sleeping on bed on time? No, I am not getting the proper time to go on bed. Why have you finished your work? Then the answer will be, I have finished my work because I have to go to the hospital. So, if the sentence will be in yes/no, if the question will be asked, then the student can make answer in form of yes/no, or the simple statement can be there in place of auxiliary or WH family sentences. So this was about the interrogative sentence. Yes, now this is imperative. This is next kind of sentence, or we may call that this is the fifth kind of sentence. We have learned the simple sentence, complex, compound, assertive, interrogative, and now this time it is imperative. Imperative sentence is a type of sentence that gives instructions or advice. Means this type of sentences are having the instructions. Through this type of sentence we know that the subject is wanting to say some advice to convey the message in the form of instructions. And expresses a command, an order, a direction or a request. These instructions may be in the form of order or in command or in request or in order. Means the abstracts, the feelings of the subject will be there in this type of sentences. Maybe the subject will be in anger mood, then he will command. Maybe he will be in happy mood, then he will request. Maybe he will be regretted, then he will give the instruction in sad mood. So here will be advice, command, desires, instructions, orders. So this type of sentences are having instructions and advice. It is also known as the jussive and directive. These are called also directive or jussive. Means because this type of sentences are having the direction to do the order, to follow the order, to follow the command. So it is called also the directive. Definition of imperative sentence. The sentence which is used to convey a command, a request or a forbiddance is called an imperative sentence. The definition of means the sentence which is there to convey the message, to follow the message, to complete the instructions, the advice, the obey, the forbiddance. Then there will be the imperative sentences. Imperative sentences always take the second person you. for the subject, but most of the time the subject remains hidden. In the form of second person, you, the subject will be, but sometimes it is hidden, it is not shown there in the sentences. An imperative sentence may end with an exclamation mark or a period. It doesn't matter that every time imperative sentences will have the full stop. Mark of exclamation may be there at the end, at the last of the imperative sentences. Here are the imperative sentences. What are the types of imperative sentences? We have learned that what are the imperative sentences, but here are types of imperative. See, first, share a wish or request means in this type of sentences we can share the request, we can share the feelings, the request, like please give me a glass of water. So this sentence will be in the form of a request. Second is offer an invitation. This is the second kind of imperative. See the example. You are advised to come to take the dinner. Yeah, please come to take the dinner at my home. So this will be the sentence of imperative of invitation kind. Next is share a command or request. Command means to give order. Don't do this, don't shout here, don't shout in the class. So that shows that you are giving the command to some person. Next is give instructions. If something in the form of instructions means you are wanting to change something, you are wanting to give the instructions, you are wanting to give the suggestion to someone, then this will be the kind of also imperative. That please don't do overwrite on your page. Yeah, don't move from here and there because there are too much garbage. See the example I have given by which we can transfer the sentence. Give me your pencil. This is imperative kind and here advice is shown or requesting is shown. So I have written here in the simple sentence. I am requesting him to give pencil. We can also make them in complex sentences. That you are ordered that you have to give your pencil. So this will be the form of transformation of imperative kind. Next is let me do the work. Here is also the advice, the instructions. So I changed it into the simple sentence. I should do the work. Take a step and don't move. This is also imperative and I wrote here in the form of compound sentence that you are ordered to take rest and forbidden to take the step or forbidden to move. So here are two clauses. You are ordered to take a step and you forbid to move. Means this will be in the form of compound sentence. So like this we can change, we can transfer the sentences with the help of the rules. Okay, well, this is the second last kind of sentence, that is exclamatory. Last will be of negative. Exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence makes a statement that conveys strong emotion or excitement. The strong emotion of subject, the great connection of mind of the subject, the strong desire will be there, which will be conveyed in the form of sentence. That sentences will be called exclamatory sentences. Like, hurrah, we have won the match. So here is the excitement, the craze in which wow is written there and the students, all the people are showing their effort, their courage, their excitement. So this will be the exclamatory sentence. At the end or in the between of the syllables or words, there will be mark of exclamation. What an idea! Here is mark of exclamation. There is no need to put any verb. It is not necessary to put some verbs in each and every sentences of exclamatory. What an idea means it is sufficient. It was very great idea. If we will change the sentence into simple, it was a great or it was very great idea. So there is no need to mention every time the subject or the verb forms. Exclamative is a type of exclamatory sentences. Exclamative is a type. They make exclamations. They express strong feeling or opinion in one of two forms. There are the two forms, how and what. In these two forms, exclamatory sentences are having the strong feeling, the strong opinions, the strong features of the subjects. So these are the two words, two forms which are in the form of exclamative, and one may be used in single sentence. How silly he is. What a great effort you did. Means what and how are used to make the sentence to show the strong feeling in the form of exclamatory sentences. Now exclamatory sentences with interjections. Sometimes we may use an exclamatory sentence with an interjection. It is not necessary that only the forms how and what will be there, but we may use the interjection like God, oh, oh, wow, alas, hurrah, etc. So interjections are also there to use in the form of exclamative. Like alas, his mother is died. Oh, we are moving to the city Shimla. So this type of interjections may be added in the form of exclamatory sentences. Now we will read about the last kind of sentences. This is negative. A negative sentence is a sentence which has a negative feeling. It shows that something is false. I think that from standard 1 to you are aware about this. That the negative sentences are having the falsehood, are having the negative feelings. Means the statements which are not true. The statements which are not having the truthfulness. So there will be the negative sentence. We may create them to put not with verb forms. Always we needed not to write there in the form of negative sentences with the help of verb forms. Without the verb forms, without the auxiliaries, without the modals, we cannot mention their not. Negative sentences include the statement but in not truth. Just like a statement, just like the declarative sentences, just like the simple sentences, this also have the statements. But this will not be in truth. This will have the false meaning, this will have the negative meaning. See the example. I have written a sentence in negative form. She doesn't have an English book. If you will say that change it, transfer it into simple, that she has her mathematics book. Means she doesn't have English book, but she is having mathematics books. If interrogative will be there, then we will write that she is. Exclamatory will be, interrogative will be there, then the question mark will be used. I forgot it to write there, so now I am putting it there. Does she have her English book? Means the helping verb will be at the starting to make the interrogative sentences. So the question is asking, does she have her English book? So the reply will be in negative form, she doesn't have her English book. We may also change them into exclamatory. Alas, English book she doesn't have. Means here is a strong feeling. Someone is in such excited mood and she is showing that she doesn't have the English. So just like all these things, all these statements, all these kinds of sentences we can make. We can transfer the sentences. We can, first of all, we have to learn all the rules. We have to see all the videos. We have to remind them the rules. Then only we will be able to learn to change the sentences into the formation. So that's it for today. Bye bye. Take care.